Hi, this is Vic Conant. I want to introduce you to the first of two fascinating interviews between our talented Vice President of Publishing, Dan Strutzel, and Mark Erlix, who is the latest author in Nightingale Conant's stellar lineup of life-changing programs. Mark's program is Awaken the Healer Within. At NC, one of our major objectives is to always bring you the most outstanding authors on any subject matter that might enhance your life. In this case, we turn to a healer and intuitive, Mark Erlix. He says the ability to heal is a simple recognition away. As I did, I know you'll enjoy this brief interview with Dan and Mark.
Hi everyone, my name is Dan Strutzel and I'm Vice President of Publishing here at Nightingale Conant. And it's my honor today to be with our new Nightingale Conant author, Mark Erlix. And Mark is the author of a new program from Nightingale Conant I know you're going to want to find out more about and try for yourself, called Awaken the Healer Within.
Yes.
Mark, it's great to be with you today.
Thank you so much for having me.
I wanted to start off, Mark, by just asking you about the title of the program itself. It's called Awaken the Healer Within.
Yes.
I think when a lot of people think about healing, they think, I have a problem, I go to a doctor, some external force to get healed, and yet you're suggesting healing comes from within. Can you tell us more about the title of the program and how that fits in to the program itself?
Yes. Awaken the Healer Within is a program that enables a person to understand within themselves that they have this innate ability within themselves that we haven't been able to tap into. Mm-hmm. And it used to be a part of humanity at one time. And we have this source within us that's alive and well and just wanting to give itself to us and through us. And it does come forth where we have the ability to touch someone, to help them to feel better. And even through our words, it's just an innate part of us.
Right.
And I can help people to realize, I help the individual to realize that they too can do this. The listener will actually take tools from this that given in the audio program. They'll feel an actual difference. They'll feel the tissue moving. They'll feel the bones being shifted in some way or another, according to their ability to focus. And this program teaches you to focus. You'll actually see results. Not only for the physiological, biological, neurological, but the emotional as well. Mm-hmm. And it helps a person to take on a different understanding of themselves.
So let me take a condition to see how a holistic healer would deal with something versus typical approach. Let's say someone has a problem. I'll just mention something I've had a problem with for years, which is acid reflux. I've had a huge problem with that. And GERD. And the typical response from a doctor would be to have you take a proton pump inhibitor type pill or some kind of a pill that would wipe out the acid in your system, and it's kind of localized. How would a holistic healer deal with a problem, whether it be acid reflux, stomach aches, or localized pain problems like that?
I'm not exactly sure of the medical model and the prescriptions and all that the doctors might give. And I do know, though, that many a time I've worked with people that have had similar situations in their life. And I can put my hands, and I teach people to put their hand on someone if you choose this technique. Mm-hmm. There's various things where you don't even have to touch. And say, if I were to put my hand on someone, because that's the way people identify. They want to see that something is happening in them, so they want the identification that someone is doing something. And which are the techniques. When someone is, say, with the GERD or whatever, I'll put my hand on someone, and in these techniques, and I'll watch their tissue change, and I teach people to be able to watch the tissue of their body change, and the biology and the chemical reactions in their body, and the skeletal whatever, and they'll actually feel a change within them, or they'll have a relief within them. The tissue will breathe. It'll be more normalized within them. And all of a sudden, it's disappeared in their life. And they're totally surprised. But it's a normal reaction for the body to have that relief within them. Right. And they won't have it again most of the time. Or they'll have it again, and you can reapply it sometime, say later that day or the next day or a couple weeks later, whenever it starts to bother them again. And they find that you have to do it less and less and further in between times where they're no longer reacting, their body is no longer reacting to the dysfunction.
Right.
And the dysfunction actually disappears out of their body.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And these techniques are amazing. They work.
Hi, this is Vic again. I hope you enjoyed Dan's interview with Mark Erlix. Mark's program, Awaken the Healer Within, is a great example of how Nightingale Conant learning programs can help take us past the limits that we self-impose on our own abilities. Most of us have no idea what power resides within us. I find what Mark has to say fascinating, and I believe you will too. So keep your eye out for the second half of Dan and Mark's interview in the next few days. You'll find it in your inbox soon. And as always, thanks for being a great NC customer.